Okay, today we're going to talk a little bit about scientists and observations that they make. Raise your hand if you can remember from last week when we talked about observations, what that word means. What is an observation? Who can remember that? Ryan? Well, questioning is something that we talked about, and that is the first step of the scientific method, and then observations is the second step of the scientific method. So what does observation mean, or to make an observation or observe? Yep.
So say if you had like a heart with flowers in it, like as a picture, you could observe. You can like you can tell that there are flowers in it. So you can say that there's flowers in it. You can say that's a heart.
Okay, so what you notice about something with your eyes, okay, the color, the shape, the size, those are all things we notice with our eyes. How else can we make an observation? We can notice things with what?
Feeling.
By touch, okay? We can use words like smooth or rough, soft, hard, gritty, slimy, warm, cold. Those are all observations that we can make with our hands. Okay, what else? Alex? Okay, well, I want you to answer my question. What else? Stella F?
By smell and taste.
Smell. Okay, that smells really strong. It smells sweet. It smells, gross is more of an adjective. Okay, so that's more of an opinion. You could say maybe it smells like dirt, or it smells like a flower. Okay, it smells floral would be a way to describe something that smells like flowers. If you're not in your seat, I do need you to get there in a hurry. Okay, we could say it smells like a skunk. Okay, but we don't want to say it smells good or bad. Okay, those are opinions. Okay, Stella also said taste. Give me some words that can describe observation you can make with taste.
Rich.
Rich.
Creamy.
Creamy. What about a piece? What about a Sour Patch Kid? Taste what? Sour. What about a a cookie that just got cooked too long? What does it taste like? Burnt. Okay, what about a Skittle? It tastes what? Sweet. Okay, so sweet, sour, strong, rich, creamy. And again, you could say like tomato or like gasoline. That's a smell we can all be familiar with. Okay, but we can't just say, oh, that's a cherry, because that's not an observation. That is like an inference if it's something that we didn't see. So we have to describe it. So we said we can make observations with our eyes, with our tongues, with our hands, with our noses, and there's one more. What is it? With our ears, okay? So things can sound. Give me words to describe different sounds that you could hear. Give me a sound word. Stella?
Crunchy.
Okay, crunchy.
Annoying.
Well, that's an opinion.
Loud.
Loud. Caden?
Quiet.
Quiet. Okay, what about in music class? We could hear a sound that is
Loud.
way up here, high pitched, or just because I want to sing way down here, which is our low pitch, right? Okay, so we want to make sure that when we're describing our observations, we want to use words to describe the sound, not to guess what it is and not to give opinions, okay? So let's see if we can fill in these few bulleted points. Scientists make observations with their
Eyes. Computer.
what's a word that includes all 5 of those?
Senses.
Senses. Very good. Okay, with their senses. And with science, what? What might I use to help me make an observation? A science what? What might go in there? Henry? What? Microscope? That's an example. That's an example. What do we call those? Scientific what? Tools. Tools. When making observations, use all of your senses. That's important. So the 5 senses are seeing. Give me another sense. What else goes in here?
All of them.
Seeing what?
Feeling.
Feeling. Okay, what else? Carter? Hearing. What else? Tasting. And smelling. Very good. Now, remember, in science, we don't just randomly go around tasting and even smelling things. There are some substances that are pretty strong that if you would smell them, like that it could hurt the hairs in your nose, okay? So we always want to just kind of be careful with those. In 4th grade science, it's probably not going to be too much of an issue, but we don't want to just get in the habit of going around tasting everything and smelling everything for observations. Okay, what are some scientific tools that we know of? I think Henry said microscope. What is another scientific tool that could help us make observations? Gemma? Telescope, yep. Give me another one.
A Bunsen burner.
Ooh, that's a fancy one. You must know a science teacher. A Bunsen burner is a science tool. We won't use that in 4th grade, but it lights a little fire and then you can use it to melt things. Okay, I know that's got your name all over it. What were you going to say, Ryan?
A magnifying glass.
Okay, a hand lens. And then anything that we use for measurement. We used something this year in the marble weightlifting competition. What was that? The tool that we used when you were absent, when we did the marble weightlifting, and we put it on there and we wanted to see the mass of it, how much it was. No, it wasn't a scale. It starts with a B.
Oh, I thought it was a teeter.
Starts with a B.
Bounce.
Balance. A balance? Okay, you could have also said ruler or meter stick. We could have said a fancy tool I like is a graduated cylinder. That measures volume. Okay, we're not going to go there right now. Okay, now we're going to take some time and we're going to make some observations, okay?